Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 88. My name is Tanya. Well, I decided to pull over. Before I go in and get a coffee, I decided to do a reading. So I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you press that play button. It is Memorial Day weekend. So happy Memorial Day in advance to all y'all out there. Probably be posting this close to midnight, so it'll be Memorial Day. I'm not going to post it today. So, happy Memorial Day, everybody! It's a time to remember all of those that sacrificed their life for our country. It's a time to remember those that are no longer with us. And I have plenty of those individuals that I can think about. My father who served in the military, my uncle who served in the military, my grandfather. So for everybody out there that served and made the ultimate sacrifice, I mean, thank you for that. Thank you for all those who serve our country. That was a big thing for my mother. So she always wanted me to remember that, you know, and so when I hear a person serves, I always say that. So anyway, so I was shuffling and there was a song on the radio by Glass House, Don't Forget Me. So that's the theme, I suppose. Somebody doesn't want to be forgotten, and thinking about like Memorial Day, that's when you remember somebody. But this isn't a love reading, I think it is. So, but let's call in spirit and let's get this party started. Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel and protect my beautiful collective. And thank you. Thank you for all of those that do show up and show out and are loyal to my channel. I so appreciate you. 222. I like a lot. So let's go. Now, there was this death card that did come out. This is about an ending. Oh my God, look at this. 3 of Hearts. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody broke your heart. So there's an ending. And it was about a choice. It's about a choice. This person chose to. Maybe not in a sense of like, I'm going to break this person's heart. I don't feel like that was their goal. Their end game was to break your heart. I feel like it was something maybe internally that they felt like they had to do to be happy, like break free. Yeah, it's like it's under the, it was, yeah. It was under the guise of night. So it was behind your back. The moon is illusions. Maybe even at night they did this, cheated on you at night with somebody. 10 of Pentacles. Maybe they went towards somebody they thought would be more monetarily, that they could get somewhere with it. It was like a match, because you could see like a legacy, a life. This was somebody they could have a family with, somebody they could have prosperity with, children with. Maybe you couldn't have children. Maybe you didn't have that job, that status. Maybe this person's family has money and they went towards that. A legacy, like a status is what I'm hearing. And they broke your heart. You might not have thought that about them. You could have been married to this person. You could have had a life with this person. But look, Magician. This was something that they manifested. This was something that they were asking for. They were working towards. Maybe even magically casting spells. Or somebody was casting spells to get this person. To get how it resonates. Turning their head. Like, what is it called, Spirit? Like lowering their resistance. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's like something like that. It feels like a love spell, and even an illusion. But look, this is a person who's greedy. This is a person who's a miserly person. Maybe didn't give you anything. Didn't give you much money. Didn't give you much of anything. Didn't have much of anything to give you. But I feel like you're the kind of person that didn't care about that. But it was like they really thought that they were going to be successful. That they were going to be happier. The world is here. They were giving this person the world. But they had to give you up in order to do it. Knight of Pentacles. They might not have had much. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They might have had much, but they were offering that pentacle. Slow moving energy. But it was celebrations. It was third party energy. Look, third party. Three of Pentacles. Partying. The power of 3. Could have been in the autumn that this happened to you. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. You know, they left you out in the cold. They left you out in the cold to go it alone. But you instead, look, it was like you worked hard. You may have had to come back from nothing. Learn a new skill. Maybe you were a stay-at-home mom or dad. Take it how it resonates. Energy doesn't have a gender. Past, present, and future energy is always at play. You know, this could have already happened to you. This could be futuristic or whatever. But it's like you had to work. Come up from the ground up to learn something new, a new skill. Maybe even get trained in a different arena. They certainly taught you something about people. Yeah, 6 of Swords. You had to move on to calmer waters. But look at this. Oh my God. Look at this. 10 of Cups. 10 cups are great. Better than one. Yes, you are the one. You were the one that was going to have this prosperity. You were the one that gave this person prosperity. Even if you didn't have it in the past or even presently because of struggles, you were going to have it. Now, this is like you sitting back and watching. This is, I can't. There's so much different, so many things. 2 of Wands. This is a person waiting for their ships to come in. Okay? Juggling, possibly multiple jobs, juggling you and another person, right? But you are sitting pretty. 10, you are the Empress, okay? This person broke your heart, comes back out again, thinking that you didn't have. And maybe, as I said, at the time you didn't have. Maybe you were working hard. Maybe you were going to school, studying something. So you didn't have the job yet. You were taking maybe low-paying jobs while you were going to school. Maybe working part-time versus full-time. So they were like, there was not a whole lot of money. Maybe you had children, too, at the time. This person, yes, look, overburdened. You were overburdened trying to, this situation overburdened you. Maybe even made you even less financially stable. Working that much more harder now because they broke your heart and then they left you. But look, you're the star, man. Can't make it up. You were the wish fulfillment. You were the wish fulfillment. Ace of Wands. And there is somebody that's paying attention to that, baby. There is somebody that's paying attention. Oh my. The Chariot. The Chariot. You might be getting a message, Page of Swords, about somebody, about this situation. You might not even know why this person ghosted you. 5 of Cups. This person is a player. Or at least they think they are, right? They play one on TV. They think they got all these options. And it's all empty cups. And it's all like, look at that tower. I can't make it up. Jesus. This is all going to come crashing down on this person. The King of Cups. Thinking they are lover, baby. You're sailing away, and they gotta sit there and watch. And you are gonna get this 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. You got the legacy, baby. They got the memory of it. You were the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, loving, caring person. And they stabbed you in the back. 10 swords. And look at this. And because of it, the universe is gifting you 9 of Pentacles. There's only 10 in Tarot. 10:01 on the clock. You are the gift The sun. You are the sun. And this person is going into hermit mode, retrospection, and watching you from a distance. Six of Pentacles. This is a person that you were very generous to, very loving and caring to, and they know it. But they were giving their gifts, their stuff, maybe stuff you gave them to other people. Seven of Cups. Yep, they had all these illusions and delusions of grandeur. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Confirmation. Hierophant. They could have got into a traditional marriage, a relationship with somebody else. Or you're going to. Ah, you might be, baby. Nine of Cups. Sitting there, just everything that you ever wanted in front of you or surrounding you, total fulfillment and contentment. That's you. After this is what's going to be your person. Nine of Swords. This past person is going to be sleeping and thinking of you. They're going to be up at night, not being able to sleep, haunted by their choices, overburdened, and kicking ass. Five of Swords. Yeah. They thought they won something. They had a victory. It was short-lived. Now all they think about is you. Or they will be. Take it how it resonates. Past, present, and future energy is always at play. They're reliving the nostalgia. They're going to be looking at your pictures, watching you, while you have prosperity somewhere else. So whatever you were working on, studying, you're going to have a new beginning in that. New job. New job. And you're going to be that Queen of Pentacles. Prosperous. Oh, man. They made a huge mistake. They thought you were a fool 12 on the clock. But you are a fool towards your abundance. You are going to take whatever you have left. You are going to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. And you are going to take a leap of faith towards yourself. And that is where the prosperity gets. Look at this Ace of Swords. It's going to grow. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're focused on, it is going to grow. Yes. Truth and clarity, baby. This person made a huge mistake. Underestimating you. And not being loyal. And allowing their ego. And whatever was shiny in front of them to, what is it, Spirit? To cloud their judgment. All the loyalty that you showed this person, all the love, all the effort that you put into this person, and they do you dirty like this, 13 on the clock, throw you under the freaking bus. For what? For what? Look at this, Four of Cups is here, flipped over. Four of Cups. They couldn't see you. They couldn't see the gift that you were. The wish fulfillment. Because they're looking at all these other options in Cups. They should have been walking away from that stuff. Okay? Because in the end, they're going to have to anyways. Because nobody is going to fill their cup like you did. And that is no lie, my friend. That is no lie. They're going to watch you prosper. And whatever it is that you were studying, working on, you're going to be successful. And they're going to be wishing that they would have hitched their wagon to your star instead of all these other people. Or a particular person that they were doing on the down low when you were working or going to school. Queen of Wands is sexy and successful. And if you're not, you're going to be. Yes. Fighting them back, baby. 14 on the clock. They got competition now. They got a real man, a real woman stepping up saying, I want that. And I'm willing to fight for it. I ain't going to just let it go to just anybody. When you want something, you fight for it. You're loyal to it. You don't just toss it away when the times are tough. Because that just shows your character, baby. When those that truly have grit, they're a true warrior. Truly loyal. They stand by you in tough times. They don't just throw you aside for a better opportunity. That just shows how sad you truly are in your character. There's a real person coming. Somebody that's willing to fight for you. Somebody that sees your worth. This person's going to see your worth on the other side of it, though. The Chariot. They're going to see you elevated. They're going to see other people talking about you. Other people are going to start talking about you in a positive way. Wow, did you hear about this one? Did you hear your ex is doing so well? Your ex is like has their own platform. Your ex is doing so much better than you. You let go of that person, that's what's going to start happening. Mark my words, that's what's going to start happening. And they are going to be, what do they say, big mad about it. They're going to be so pissed. It's going to be, I don't want to hear about that person. Because they badmouthed you. 1551. They went around saying a narrative about you that wasn't even true. That the reason they left you was because you didn't have anything. Maybe that you were a fishwife, constantly complaining. Maybe that you were expecting things of them, right? That you weren't good enough. That they could find better. That's what they thought. But you were always the wish fulfillment 1616. This person was cheap with their time, their effort, their energy. But you're going to find somebody that is more than generous. Not that you're going to need their money, but the love that they're going to show you. Can't put a price on it. It's going to be everything you ever wanted, my friend. 4 of Swords, rest now. Because you're going to be busting your hump later. This person is haunted by you. Maybe they're so tired they can't even function half the time. Because your energy was so beautiful. Your energy was so motivating. Without it, they're a shell of their former self. This other person ain't doing anything for them. This other person's taken, but this other person isn't giving, isn't pouring into them like you do. That's why I'm saying this person thought they had all these illusions of grandeur, all these wonderful cups in front of them, all these fantasies and excitement, and maybe that's true. Maybe these people did do the most, 1717. But at the end of it, when they look back on it, was it really worth it? Was it? Was it really worth throwing aside a gift that you will never find again in another person for temporary pleasure? Or somebody that's going to do dirty deeds in the dark? You had it all. And you gave it up for nothing. Gave it up for nothing. Spirit, let's end this on a happy note. Tell me more about this prosperous, single, sexy, and successful person, man. Let's find in love. Show me, show me, show me. The star again. You are the star, my friend. 7 of Pentacles. You may be working hard now. And studying and learning and working, going to school, whatever it is you're doing, keep going. But in the end, you're the one that's going to have the legacy, the happiness, the happily ever after. And this person is just going to have the memory of it. What they could have had. What's that song from Whitney Houston? Didn't we almost have it all? Yeah, they did. They had it all. It's like Page of Swords. I mean, immature. That's what it is, immature. Maybe even a little arrogant. It hasn't grown up yet. 7 of Cups, still looking for something better. They're always going to be looking for something better, baby, because once they've had the best, nothing else even compares. Spirit, let's close it up. Yeah, see, they were sneaky and deceptive, and there's people in their life that they're surrounded by that are doing the same thing. The Magician. It was all like smoke and mirrors and an illusion. 7 of Pentacles. They were fighting the tide. They were struggling. They were in their ego, thinking that they deserve better than the struggle. Yeah, so they jumped ship. But what's it doing? It's 8 of Swords. It's tying them down. The toxicity is tying them down. And 10 of Swords. In the end, that's what's going to happen to them. What they did to you is being repeated in their life. You're the High Priestess. You have intuitive gifts. A knowing. Wisdom. Wisdom beyond your years. Maybe you told them this. Warned them. about all these things they were doing. Maybe you had an idea. Yeah, but 8 of Wands, it's like they didn't listen. They rushed towards other things. Oh, look at this. Devil. Yeah. They rushed towards toxic ways, sexual energy, Ace of Cups, new beginnings. Yeah. Thought they were the, the shit. There's a judgment here. There's a judgment. You had courage and conviction, and all they have is sex and regret. It's putting their life in suspense. The Hangman's here, but it needs to. They need to wake up. 9 of Wands. This is a person that's going to go through a lot of crap in their life. Okay? But they have to, because they're going to learn. They're going to take a leap of faith. They're going to take a leap of faith, and not towards this one and that one and the third, but towards self-love. And until they do, they're always going to be they're always going to be unhappy in life. One more card, Spirit. One more card, please. Let's end it on a good one. Oh, 2 of Pentacles, juggling. Juggling and struggling is what they're doing. You're the Empress. You have all the queens of the decks. All the queen of the deck, of the tarot, in one personality. And if you don't see that about yourself now, you will. You are going to have success in your life. Despite this challenge, despite this heartbreak. You are manifesting in your own right. You're the High Priestess. Maybe this has changed your mind in life about people, but don't let it make you bitter. In the end, what you have to do is look at it as, on this journey called life, we all have lessons that we need to learn in order for us to advance. Like, you're going to school, right? You're learning something new. So you understand what I'm saying here. You didn't start out with this knowledge, with this understanding. You had to go to school. You had to learn. It takes time, right? But in the end, you're going to be sitting pretty looking at all the stuff that you did, and you're going to realize that all of those steps that you took, even the heartbreak, even the deviation from your path, led you to where you're going to have that abundance. But it took you pouring into yourself, putting yourself first, and realizing that even though this is a temporary setback, it's not the destination, right? Because along the way, we have to learn these valuable lessons about people, about ourselves, what we accept in life and what we will no longer accept. So they taught you something, okay? They taught you something. And they're also going to learn a valuable lesson themselves. So don't look at it as if, why me? Why not? If not now, then when? Because you were going to learn a lesson anyways. Nobody gets out of this life that we're living without having to be challenged. Because how can you ever appreciate the rainbows without the rain? Think about that. Thank you so much for joining me in Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe, because I'd love to have you. Till next time, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.